Did you know the cards are having a collusion with you? Let me show you how. Name any card you like, okay? And it's a borrowed shuffle deck. And they name, let's say, 9 of hearts. Okay, 9 of hearts. Do you know it is in collusion? Let me show you what I mean, okay? You see the 9 of hearts, hopefully, yes, right here, okay? And you can actually see it like over here. Here's the second one, okay? And then as we go along, this is your pack, right? Okay, I'm not like going weird about this. This is the third one, okay? I mean, we're just going across the pack. Did you know you had a couple of these 9 hearts or extra 9 hearts? I mean, you named this one freely, right? Did you know this? Okay, and it's a little bit near the top of the pack, so let me put a little bit lower to be extra fair, okay? And you know there are that many, right? All that was going on. No? Now, this is your deck, right? Oh, okay. Because what's crazy is it's all a collusion if you really think about it. Because if I remove one card from my back pocket, and you could be holding onto this deck at this point. I know it's a little bit out of frame, but they could be holding onto the deck. And what's crazy in my back pocket is also 9 hearts. And you're like, oh, okay, he predicted it. Cool. But you know what makes this 9 of hearts so special? This is the real 9 of hearts. All the others, they never existed. And the spectator can check out the pack, every single card, all throughout the deck. And all those 9 of hearts, as you can see. And they're doing this, not me. You can check every single card out. None of it is anywhere. And I hope you enjoyed it. I was watching on replay, and even I'm impressed by it. So, hey y'all, let's jump right into it. As always, like, share, subscribe. So this is a genius little idea I came up with because I wanted a repetitive, in nature, kind of like a frustration count. And there was a YouTuber commenting, hey, you're not actually doing it with a frustration count. But I developed this way before that, but I just find it relevant to the whole thing. You're not actually, when you're doing a Hindu force or Hindu display like that, you're not actually doing that. And I'm like, but I actually already have a method, to be able to actually show it, which I just showcased. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to publish it. Fine. And this is something that no one's ever done, I don't think. So, Kotsia, this is for you. This is like a multi-force, and it's just really cool. So they can name freely any card. And it can be a borrowed deck, which is so cool. I'm so excited. So, it starts with the borrowed deck. Deck can be shuffled as much as they like. And then they hand it to you. And any card can be named. So usually I know Queen of Hearts, Ace of Spades, blah, blah, blah. So let's go for a classic. And so let's say they're stubborn, they name the Ace of Spades, okay? So what we're going to do is and this is my nomination for one of the best impromptu borrowed deck effects. I just think it's so cool. What we're going to do is we're going to first get a couple cards above the Ace of Spades, okay? We want to create a sense of naturalness. I love to create a sense of naturalness. So I'm looking through the cards, I find the Ace of Spades, I put like 5, 6, 7 cards above it, and then I cut everything to the front. Now, I should mention before we continue that this does rely on the cull. And I recommend the Roadrunner cull by Kotsia Kimlot. Highly recommend it. Every time I do a cull video, I recommend the Roadrunner cull because it's so great. I did publish my own thoughts on the cull as well. You can check those out on the channel. But for the most part, I just say, just go to Kotsia. He does it well. It's so wonderful. And so I recommend that. But that being said, we're going to start with the cull, and it's a lot of replacement, which is just really funny. Okay, so as we're going along, we say, oh, here's the Ace of Spades, like, oh, it just happened to be here. And then we cull it. And then we go down like, I don't know, about 10 cards, 15 cards. And what we're doing is we're replacing it like almost a Wichita kind of thing. It's just a replacement. We're replacing the card back into the spread a couple cards later. Okay, and then we push off. Okay, now if you want to create some shade, because I know there might be some flash, you have to practice this, please. if you want to, you can actually up jog some cards. So in essence, let me go back so you could actually see it. This is a John Armstrong idea, so John Armstrong gets credit for this. He also culls amazingly well. Credit to him. So as I go along, as we go along, I can up jog maybe one card or a couple, okay? And then we can cull it, have one card in the front as a cover. I learned this the hard way, okay? And then we cull, and then as we go along, we can replace it. I replaced it just a little bit above. Oh, I thought it was behind the 10 of clubs, but it's in front. Ace of spades. Cool. Okay. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it with the older pack, it's because I really wanted to prove that this could be done with a borrowed shuffle deck, which is just so cool. Okay. So as we're going along, okay, I replaced it again. And sometimes it's a little bit harder to control the replacement because you're trying to make it seem natural. I get it. But a little bit of practice and you'll get the idea. And then you're going along and ooh, law, it appears again. And you want to try to straighten it out. You don't want it to be like nearly sideways when you look at it. And it's like, hey, what's going on? Why is this one the only one sideways? So these are minor little tidbits to watch out for so you can get the best results possible. Okay? And so I'm going along and we see it again, ace of spades. And then maybe it's near the top again. And I say, oh, if it's near the top, I want to be so fair. This is a little weird gesture I came up with, or idea, it's a ruse. So I say, oh, it's too near the top, I'm cheating. And I just place it in there. It's kind of funny, at least for me, because it doesn't even matter. So I place it a little bit lower, and I show it, because I want to be fair in a sense, even though I'm cheating. It's kind of funny. And then I cull it back out, okay? So I place it in a deeper spot and then I cull it back to where I want it. It's kind of pointless. It really is pointless, but spectators don't know it. So it seems like, oh, okay, yeah. And I do this in live performances and they're like, yeah, he's just being fair, yeah. They're like, genuinely believe it. It's so funny. Oh, the ways to create wonder. Okay, so then you culled it and you've been as fair as you can. You can even do this display I do after I finished and I've got the card where I want, but I haven't fully done it. I'd maybe display the top card, or what is currently top card, technically the top card, or was the top card. Okay, I show it. I want to be as fair as I possibly can be, and then I cheat. Just by scoring the pack, you got it to the top. Okay. Now this is the most important point of this. Okay, and it's this point. So after you've culled it, so let's just. After you cull it. And this is the important point I really want to stress, people. We're going to skip over this. After you cull it, okay, we just want to, this is a really important point. You just want to turn the deck over, okay? It can be haphazard. You can maybe square it a little bit. It could still seem a little bit off. That's what you want. Fell off. But that's what you want, okay? And you want to give a reason for your hands coming together because they're going to for a brief moment, okay? So I culled the card. After being culled, I just let it flow and everything square up to the top, and I got to the top, okay? And then my hands come together. Oh yeah, and I don't even, and I said I also have a prediction, okay? And as my hand is coming together to give the pack, to square the pack, the idea is I'm going to square the pack, then hand it off to a spectator. That's the whole idea, okay? No palming yet. I'm going to square the deck, and then hand it off to a spectator. That's my action, okay? So after I've culled it, I'm going to show you an action. After we've culled the card, okay, I've let it go there, okay, and as I give a logical reasoning by finishing by squaring the deck, I'm going to do a Fred Browie, Gene Hugard and Fred Browie top palm. I believe it was taught in Expert Card Technique, or Royal Road, but I believe it was Expert Card Technique, okay. And we're going to push off the top card with the thumb as the hand gives shade. So, boom. And then as we square, we got the card. Now, if you want to learn to palm, no better place than reading the book Expert Card Technique by Gene Hugard and Fred Browie. Such a great book, such a great palm. And I was not, for so many years, not able to palm. And I was able to do a top palm because of that Gene Hugard and Fred Browie's book. So I am very, very grateful. That being said, we now toss up the card as one of their gestures. And I'm doing this sitting, so you notice me relaxing. I need to be relaxed as I've palmed off the card. Okay? So it's just a casual motion which is coming towards the deck. I push off, got it, boom, boom. Okay? They give all the finer details. I want more, Daddy. Tell me more. Read the book. I don't wanna. That's a personal problem. Okay, so so as we hand the deck off, if we're doing sitting, we do it like that, hand it off, we're good. Okay? And if we're standing, in this case, okay, so I palmed off the card, tossed it over here. I'll just simulate the action, boom. Okay, and I go, oh yeah, I've also had a prediction or a card. Even before the very beginning, let's say. You could say that if you want, or because I'm honest, I just say, I got a prediction. I tend to be honest about this whole thing. And then I say, and it's Ace of Spades, ooh, but because they've seen a whole bunch, they think you did something, or it's like, it gets downplayed, but I'm like, this could be special, I predicted this, kinda. And then you go, okay, you want to know the really cool part? And they're holding onto the deck. It's a beautiful moment. They've seen the Ace of Spades a whole bunch. They think nothing else except, okay, he's got another Ace of Spades. Okay, I've seen the deck. It's got a bunch of aces in it somehow. I don't know what he's doing, okay? But I'm holding on to it for dear life, okay? And they don't want to let you near it. The natural perceptions, they don't want to let you near this deck because they think you're going to do something, okay? They don't know what, but they're like, oh, so they're holding on to it for dear life. And then you showing this Ace of Spades and saying there's no more in there. It's just like a straight to the heart. I've been holding on. No, you can't destroy my reality. You can't do this, magician man. And because they're so perceive it so much, they think so much, and then they look through it, and then they're looking through it with their friends, and they're just like, their whole reality gets turned upside down. Which is why it's my vote, or one of my votes for best borrowed impromptu effect, besides some self-working card tricks. This is pretty much up there, because it's like, you must have tricked them. You must have, isn't that your borrowed deck? Yeah. Did you shuffle it? Yeah. What left do you have to go on? I destroy any hope you have left. It's a wild one, and it's for the intermediate magicians out there who can understand the cull, or just beginner magicians who can do the cull. It is so great of an effect. It's so easy once you can do cull. It's so great to pull off, and it's just like, I don't really feel like performing my deeper effects and all this sleight of hand for this kind of performance, but I do want to do something cool. This is kind of cool. So enough hype. I hope you enjoyed it. That was my tutorial on it. I will edit in a cut if I missed something, but I don't think I did. I just want people to enjoy it. These are my last bits of business in my head that's left, and then I'm going to go and do crazy performances, and you'll see me all over the world. But just know that I am wanting to be grateful and give of myself and to help the next generation of magicians. I think it's important. Anyways, have a good one.